At Trinity Church, we're in the hiring process and we want to fill a previous part-time role, but we want to expand it into a full-time position. So if you're looking for an opportunity, please consider this role for yourself. But even more, please share this on social media, and even better than that, directly send it to anyone who comes to mind. You might just be the person who finds us the best candidate. So to be specific, we are looking for a strategic operations team builder. A strategic operations team builder. This role will have some relational and leadership components to it, working to recruit and train and foster team identity amongst a few groups of volunteers, but it will also require some administrative and organizational and planning skills. So it will be a bit of a blend, and there's going to be a lot of variety in this role. It will likely require the person to learn some new skills, kind of on the job, and so it'll be stretching and challenging all at the same time. So expect there to be a lot of learning and learning experience gained in this position. So, in ministry, there's always something new popping up, something to solve, something creative, something to communicate, something to collaborate on, something to rally around. And this team builder role will be kind of right in the thick of things, and we'll be working directly with myself. But there are also several key people that this role will work alongside. So to give you some insight into our church, we currently have 3 staff members. We have myself and Patrick O'Rourke, are the 2 full-time pastors. Patrick oversees small groups and connections, and we also have Raquel Pinto, our children's director, who is part-time, and we also have a few other staff volunteers who are high-capacity volunteers, and we have a director of special ministry and also a lot of coaches at Trinity who are leaders of leaders, and then an army of serving coordinators and small group leaders. And we really just have a whole big team of dedicated people who love our church and want to bless our city. And actually some of the best people I've ever met really belong to our church and have been such a blessing to me and my family. And I'm so proud of what God has used us to do over the last several years to build this church. So, this role will be pivotal in pushing us forward into even more significant ministry by developing key areas. And I believe this role will be an extremely rewarding opportunity, especially if you're passionate for God's kingdom, for people knowing Jesus, and being passionate about people becoming spiritually alive, and about the gospel message of grace going out into the city and into the world, and seeing the church become the beautiful bride that Jesus has called her to be. And while that is, that passion is necessary and good, this role is going to require someone who wants to develop and support the inner workings of our church, and working with volunteers and working to implement and tweaking our systems and processes. So if that strikes a chord with you, this could be a really great role. My wife and I moved to Chicago about 11 years ago to plant this church. Through all the ups and downs and all the victories and losses, we've seen God do some amazing things through our church, and in the past time, just some amazing, wonderful provision. This old church building that God brought us to, and He continues to send amazing people to join our congregation. And we have such a big heart for Chicago. It's such a strategic place to live and to do ministry, and we want to see God's will done here as it is in heaven. So, our city is a world-class city in so many ways, yet also so flawed in so many ways. So it's full of gospel potential, and it's begging for redemption. So, this is where the world is and where the culture is, and it's such a powerful opportunity to do ministry, for there to be racial reconciliation, for justice to be done, and most importantly, for a secular world to turn to Jesus. So in participating in our church's ministry through this strategic operations team builder role, I think is a great opportunity for the gospel to shine and to have a deeply meaningful impact. So maybe God has put something in you and wants to use your gifts in this context to make a difference. So if that's true, please go ahead and read the description. You can go to try.church/teambuilder and go ahead and share it as well, whether it's relevant to you or not. And we welcome your application. Thanks so much, and much love.